Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kilowatt Auto. In today's video, I want to share how you can change your cabin air filter in the Tesla Model 3. And because the Model Y has an identical front dashboard, this video can more than likely be used as a guide for that vehicle as well. But in today's video, I'm going to be using a filter purchased on Amazon, and I'll link the product in the description down below. But this is not a sponsored video, and I selected as well as ordered this product under my own volition. And another important thing to note is that a stock air filter is sold individually on Tesla's website for $17. And both the Model 3 and Model Y require two filters for a total of $34. And the filter I purchased was made by Xtechnor and cost $43.99 on Amazon. And they are labeled as HEPA filters and contain activated carbon, which should provide better filtration over the stock filters. And what's also nice about this product as well is that it includes all the tools you'll need to complete the installation, including a trim tool and a hex key. But jumping right into the installation, the first thing you'll need to remove is the plastic piece, which contains both the light and speaker on the passenger side of the car located under the glove box. So there's 4 rivets which will need to be removed, and the trim tool can be used to remove the center portion of the rivet and then pry the clip loose. And incidentally, my car was missing a rivet, so you'll only see me remove 3 in this video. Once the rivets are removed, the entire piece of plastic can be carefully slid forward and then pulled down. And it's best to detach both the light and speaker cable so that this piece can be removed and set aside. And then one thing to note is that the connector to the light does have a lever which must be depressed before it can be removed, while the speaker line does not have a lever and can simply be pulled out from its connection. Next, you'll need to remove the piece of carpet adjacent to the center console, and prior to this step, I did remove my floor mat off camera, and I would suggest doing this in order to make it easier to remove the piece of carpet. You can use the trim tool, but I opted to use my hands to feel around the edge of the carpet, pulling gently to disengage each clip which holds the carpet in place. Now that the filter cover is exposed, there's a single screw which must be removed using the provided hex key, and this is the most difficult part of the installation, as you basically have to do this entirely by touch, as it's impossible to see the screw once your hands are in the way. And there's very little clearance, and a full-size hex key or screwdriver cannot be used for this step. Because this area is so small, I had to use my phone to record where the actual screw is located, and hopefully you can see with the 2 angles what you'll need to do in order to remove the cabin filter cover. And once the screw is removed, the filter cover can be pulled out and the filters can be removed. The filters have a cloth portion on the top right you can grab onto in order to pull them out, and it's important to note the orientation when it comes time to install the replacement filters. When installing the new filters, the white portion should face the front of the car and the pull tag should be in the top right orientation when inserting it into the filter channel. The first filter should be pushed laterally into the channel and then straight down until seated. And then the second filter should be pushed laterally in and will sit right on top of the first filter. The above processes can then be followed in reverse order, beginning with placing the filter cover in its place and reinstalling the screw. Then the carpet should be returned to the side of the console, and each clip can be gently re-engaged with moderate hand pressure. Lastly, be sure to plug the speaker and lamp assembly back in, and then reinstall the plastic piece beneath the glove box. For rivet reinstallation, it's easier to separate the body from pin portion before installation. The body can be inserted first into the plastic, followed by the pin to lock it into place. After installation, I did briefly test the climate control system, and I didn't notice any difference in fan intensity on low and high settings, and there will likely be a modest change in airflow intensity given that the HEPA filter is a little bit thicker than the stock filters provided by Tesla. Tesla recommends changing the cabin air filter once every 2 years, and in my case, I changed the filters out at the 1-year mark because I was beginning to notice a musty smell when I used the climate control system. And then after installation with the new filters, this smell was no longer present. If you have any questions about the HEPA filters or the installation process, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below. And if you found this video useful, I'd appreciate you hitting the like button so others have an easier time finding it. My Tesla referral link is in the description down below as well, and if you use it when ordering your Tesla, you'll receive 1,000 free supercharging miles once you take delivery. But this is going to bring us to the end of today's video, and as always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.